Hi everyone, it's Jane. Today I wanted to share with you the pens that I have that have a Kirk Speer nib grind on them. Now I have more of his grinds on different pens, but they're like the same grind, so didn't want to duplicate anything. So what I'm going to do is go through and tell you what the pen is, what the grind is, and then do a quick writing sample. I have one pen that I loaned out that has a Waverly grind on it, so that's one I can't show you. But I was just fascinated to sit down at his table to have him work on some pens at the Detroit Pen Show, and he had this little area where you could just sit and write with all the grinds that he does. And he has them, usually it's in a TWSBI that he's got them inked up with, and you can just sit there and write. So what I did was I wrote in my Blackwater Craftworks little notebook here. I sat down and did all of his nib grind on two pieces of paper. So this, as of what I found at his table, are the grinds that he offers. Now, he may offer more. These are just the ones that were at his table that I tried. So he had the Concord nib, and I do have another Concord nib. I've got to, hang on a second, I'm going to find it to show you what it is, but it's not one of Kirk's. So hang on a second. This is what a Concord nib grind looks like. So that nib is bent backwards rather than in a forward way, which would be a fude. So when you write with it like this, it's like a beak almost. It's very fine. When you write with it in reverse, you get these huge lines like that. So I elected not to get that grind because I already have one this is a Toronto Pen Company grind. So anyway, that was the first one. Hang on, I'm trying to get the lid back on this, or the cap. And it's not wanting to go back on. There it is. Got it. All right. So then the next one was a posting. And it looks to me, it's just a finer nib. He did most of his pen grinds on a broad nib that he then did the grind on. So this posting felt really good to me because it was on a bigger nib. I imagine if you got that done on a fine nib, it would be very fine. But it wrote really nicely. And here's his stub version. Monoline, I happen to have a medium and a broad monoline, which I'll show you in a minute. This would be a broad. Here's italic, so larger downstrokes, narrower cross strokes. This is the diamond, and I do have one that has a diamond grind on it. I didn't see much difference between regular and reverse. Here's the Waverly. Again, not a ton of line variation. You just matters what your angle is like. And I do have that. I just don't have it here to show you. Maybe another time. Here's the Tonto grind. I do have that I can show you. High Plans, or maybe it's High Plains, and I wrote it down wrong. But that's a very thick, seems to be a very thick grind. And then on the reverse, a little narrower. Here's a Scythe, and I do have a Scythe I can show you. The Imperial, which I think I have a medium. I think that's all I have is a medium Imperial. Here is a medium reverse Architect. So it would be, you could reverse it. More of a finer nib. Here's a 60-degree Architect. So it matters what rotation this way that you do, not this way, up and down. A mini stub, and I do have an Esterbrook mini stub. Cursive smooth italic. I seem to think I have one of those, but I think it's a Franklin Christoph. So it's not a Kirk Speer. Needlepoint, which is just what you think it would be. Here is Spear Point, and this one intrigues me, so I might order this one at some point. Architect, a regular Architect, and I do have one of those in a medium and a broad, so I can show you both. And here's a Katana, and I do have one of those. So these were the pens that I played with at his table. Now, I will show you what pens I do have them in, and we'll do a little writing sample. And I'm going to be, if it doesn't have ink in it already, I'm going to be dipping in Caran d'Ache Delicate Green. It's kind of a vibrant green ink, and you should be able to see. If it's too bright, I'll switch out with that. So let's get moving here. The first pen is a Bone Crusher Studio 7, and this one is the Velma model, and it's a Mystic Sucker Punch. This one I have in a medium Imperial. This one does not have ink in it, so I'm going to dip it. And hopefully you can see this. Okay. Bone Crusher 7. This is a medium imperial. Thicker downstrokes, narrower cross strokes. Let's try that in reverse and see. Make sure I don't run out. Well, yeah, it writes in reverse nice and smooth. So this is reverse. So that would be a medium imperial. And that's a Bone Crusher 7. Beautiful pen. Then the next one I have is Hardy Penwright's pen that has an 18 karat gold nib on. I had Kirk work on this at the Detroit Pen Show. It was just the nib wasn't putting out as much ink as I would like. So he put also a medium imperial nib grind on this. But this one, I'm trying to remember what ink I have in this. I don't remember. And this is 18 karat medium imperial. This feels bouncier to me because it's gold. So it would feel like a little more give to it. Let's try reverse on this one. See this, and this is just super smooth. It gives you kind of a lighter color of ink, but just, it's just very smooth. I just love it. Okay, so Hardy Penwright's. Now this one is a Dens pens, and this one is a Van Argand, and it's in the colorway Sandstorm. This one has a Bach nib on it, and it is a scythe nib, scythe grind. I'm not sure if you can see anything from that. This one doesn't have any ink in it, so I'm going to dip this one. This is Dens Pens Van Argand, and this has a scythe grind, and it is a Bach nib. You know, I can't tell. Oh, it looks like it was started as a broad. So narrow downstrokes, thicker cross strokes. Let's try reverse on this one. Nope, no reverse. So I'll just put that. No reverse writing on that one. That's what that one looks like. That's what that pen looks like. I wish I could get more Dens pens, but there are tariffs in place and I can't afford that. So, because he just makes the coolest designs. This is also a Dens pens. This one is the Zeus model. And this one has it started out as a broad. It is a round nose cursive grind. Oops. I don't know if you can actually see any of that. Come on, camera, focus. It's not wanting to focus. Let me look and see what this started out. It looks like this started out as a broad also. Okay. Dens Pens Zeus. This feels a little stub-like to me. I don't know why. Round nose cursive. Thicker cross downstrokes, thinner cross strokes. Let's try to write in reverse on this one. Not a whole lot of difference there in reverse, just a lighter color of ink. Maybe you don't get as much ink out of that. That's what that one is. Okay, next one we have is River City Pen Company, and this one is an primary manipulation is the colorway on this. This one is a medium architect. I don't know. Again, there you go. So you can kind of see that slant right there. And that's what an architect will do for you. Give your writing a little bit of flair to it. River City. Oh, I love this nib and I love this pen. Penco. This is a medium architect. So right now I am writing on that angle. So it's giving me that lovely sweet spot. Narrow downstrokes, thick cross strokes. Let's see if it will write in reverse. Not very well. I'm going to put no on the reverse, at least on this one. I think he can do an architect grind where you would be able to get a reverse on it, but not on this particular one. So that is a medium architect. This one is a broad architect, and this is on my Wancher pen that I got in Detroit. So again, you can kind of see that little angle there, I'm hoping. I think this one has ink in it. Yes. I don't know what ink it is off the top of my head. And this is a True Ebonite. That's the model, True Ebonite, but it is also made out of ebonite. And this is a broad architect. Oh, so smooth. I love it. It's like butter. Let's see if this one writes in reverse. Not really. So I'm going to put no reverse on this. But you can tell I'm writing on that little angle right there, and it really puts down some ink for that and gives your writing some flair to it. Okay, now we have a TWSBI. This is a medium. This is the eggplant colorway, and this one is a medium monoline. So there's kind of like a ball at the end of that nib. And I like the monoline grind. So let's see, TWSBI, eggplant. I do know this is Diamine Forever Mauve color ink. So this is a medium monoline. Again, kind of like writing with a marker, but like the best marker you've ever written with. I don't know if this, yeah, you could write in reverse on it. Gives you some feedback. Not a lot, but there's that. Love it. And then this one is a broad monoline, and this one is on my, let me look here, Brute Force pen. I got this at the Pacific Northwest pen show. So that has a broad monoline on it. Again, like writing with the most controlled marker. Brute Force. And this is a broad monoline. Just super smooth. Well, you'd kind of expect to write with a thicker marker out of this big of a pen. Let's try reverse on this. You could. It's not great though. So there's that. Next one is, the grind on this one is a Naginata Togi. And this one I have on my Myers Pen Company Dirty Martini. It's got that martini glass in the finial. I don't have any ink in this one. But this is a Naginata Togi, and I think it started out as a broad. Okay, so this is my, let me get it inked, a little bit more ink on that. Myers Pen Co. And we've got a broad Naginata Togi. This one, wow, smooth. Let's try reverse on this one. Not really, so I'm going to put no reverse. That's what that one looks like. You know, and maybe you can't see a ton of difference, but you sure can feel a difference in the writing experience. Okay, this one is my Heinz Pen Port of Portland. This started, well, this is a whole story, but I ended up choosing a fine nib, which is a number 8 nib, and it was the wrong nib for this big a pen. So it is, Kirk swapped it out for me at Detroit, got me a different number 8, and it's a broad. Started out as a broad, and he ground this to a Tonto grind. So this is a Heinz, and it is a Port of Portland is the name. And this was a broad Tonto. grind, and it's just like butter. And this is the nib you would want on this big fat pen. Just really makes a huge difference. I don't know, it will write in reverse. It's just, why would you want to? You know, very fine. But you could. It's got quite a bit of feedback if you do it in reverse. So there's that one. And then this one also Heinz pen. This is a Magma Dragon. And this one has a, wait a second. This started out as a double broad, and it was too juicy for me. Imagine that. So you know how much ink it was pouring out of that one. So he ground this one to a diamond. Let's take a look at that. Heinz Magma Dragon. Started out double broad. It is now a diamond. Thin cross strokes, thicker. Thin downstrokes, thicker cross strokes. Let's see if this writes in reverse. Yeah, just a little finer, but still the thinner downstrokes. This, I like this grind a lot. I might have to have this grind done on some more different pens or something. Okay, two more. This one is my Relic Pens Lexi. And this one has it started out as a broad, and it is a katana grind. I'm pretty sure this has ink in it also. Pens Lexi. This is a broad katana. So anyway, as I said, if you don't see a difference in my writing, I can certainly feel a difference, and this is lovely. So reverse, it still writes in a reverse, but it's just very fine. Not as much feedback as that one up there in reverse. Okay, last one that I have besides the Waverly that I can't show you. And this one is a Franklin Christoph. And this one is the model 19, I believe. Let me double check. I think I found it at one point. Yeah, model 19. This one has an oblique grind on it. So I don't know if you can see. It's angled downward like that. So I think that would be a left oblique. So I don't know if, yes, this has ink in it too. Franklin Christoph. And it started out as a broad also. Now I can for sure see a difference in my handwriting with this one. It just is almost like writing with an italic in a way. I don't know if this will reverse. You could, but not really. I'm going to put no reverse. So this is my only oblique, and I really do enjoy it. I like it a lot. Anyway, so those are the grinds that I have that Kirk Speer did. I have a ton of other grinds from other pen makers, where I've gotten them, weird ones. And I have done a video on them before. I will do another one here pretty soon in case you don't want to scroll back through all my videos. But this just happens to be Kirk Speer specific because I just got some done from him in Detroit. So wanted to focus on him. If you have any questions that I can try to answer, leave me a comment. Otherwise, look up his site of Pen Realm. There, if you dig around on there, you'll find a description of what his what the grinds are. I have tried to put a link to that specific page, and every time it's just come up gobbledygook. So you just dig around, you'll find it, I promise. So just dig around on his site and see what you can find out. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed, and consider subscribing and give me a thumbs up if you'd like. Comment, suggestions, just talk. I'm fine with that too. Okay, I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one. Bye.